Well, howdy, folks. Welcome back. I hope you're all doing really good. I believe this is part three on this Aronson Telecaster I've been working on for one of the viewers. I now have the neck removed here. I had to do a few more little repairs to this. The initial problem was the string ferrules and the body on the back did not line up with the placement of the bridge plate, and the intonation was very, very close. And we just wanted to move the bridge towards the nut a little bit, which would have made this scenario worse. So what I've done here is drilled some new holes behind the existing ones in the bridge plate to compensate for that. I also filled in the elongations here that had been made to allow the strings to reach the old holes on the bridge plate. So I did patch those in too. I filled in all the screw holes as well, except for one, which I'm going to use for a location point. So the other issue I ran into was this. I had the bridge on here, and I just had a piece of welding wire I was using to align everything and just kind of keep it in place as I took some measurements and whatnot. And I flipped the guitar over and noticed that one of the ferrules had come out. So this is what I ran into. Okay, so you can see I've removed the ferrules, and what I actually had to do, you can see a faint line around here now. I actually had to put a 3/8 dowel in every one of these. I don't know if the wood had shrunk or what happened, but there was a lot of play in there. Honestly, I could have flipped the string ferrule over and pressed it in that way. That's how big the holes were. So the only way that I could really repair this and get everything lined up right for what I need to do to the guitar was to glue some 3/8 hardwood dowels in and then re-drill everything, because these need to be press fit in. There is a bunch of glue on them, and in no way, shape, or form am I like pointing the finger or trying to say anything bad about the person that built this guitar. They did a very nice job. Things happen, you know. I would like to add that, really, at this point in the video, that if you're working on parts casters or you're just, assembling a body that's already been pre-drilled, routed, that kind of thing, usually that's pretty easy. To take a blank piece of wood and do all that routing and layout yourself is a lot harder than you think. And from what I understand, the person that built this builds in his spare time. He's not a professional builder. I would say he's of that quality, but I mean, it's not what he does for a living. Let's just say that. As far as I know, I don't know him personally, but I just want to add that, he builds custom guitars, so it's not like he's just stamping out Telecasters one after the other. So every time he builds a custom guitar, he has to go through this whole process, which is a lot harder than you think. And, I just wanted to point that out and make sure everybody is on the same page with me about that, because I really do not want to sound like I'm pointing the finger and accusing people of not doing good quality work. I would never do that. And I actually have a video of all this that I did, re-gluing the dowels in, cutting them off, and drilling. But I'm not going to upload it because it almost, for me to point out the discrepancies, it does kind of sound like I'm pointing the finger at somebody, and I just do not want that. I get the finger pointed at me enough on this channel as it is, so I understand what it feels like. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put a little spot of glue on these and put these ferrules in. Now I've got them so I can push them in and start them by hand right now, so that's pretty good. I know they're gonna fit in there tight, and that should keep them there, hopefully. So I had to do it honestly, just because. I mean, I couldn't get those lined up with that much slop in the hole the way they were, and I didn't want to just rely on the glue. And if the holes got any bigger, these would eventually have pulled down through. And again, I'm not pointing the finger at the builder or saying he drilled them too big. It's possible they could have shrunk. Okay, so that was the fix, was to redowel, re-drill. I'm happy with the way it come out. They're nice and centered. Everything looks good. And the ferrules will cover the dirty work, okay, what have you. And they'll be none the wiser. Anyway, I know it'll be secure and solid when it leaves. And, honestly, I just think it's just better to have that tight, too, just for vibration and that kind of thing. And so I just wanted to point that out, like I said. So really, once we get these installed, I should be able to flip the guitar back over, place the bridge in the right place, take some measurements and make a few marks, and then we can attach the bridge plate again, put the saddles on, and from there we'll just have to put the neck on and string the guitar up. I do need to do some fret work on the neck, though. It's got a few high frets, so while I have the neck off the guitar, I think that'll be in the next video, and it'll be probably good to keep that separate. Some people would rather just watch, the technique of doing that kind of work versus this. But you guys that follow along every day, I'm just giving you a heads up, so to speak. Okay, so little shot of Loctite Express on it, just for good measure. Now I've got it started down in there pretty square, just by pushing it down. And I'm just going to tap them home. And wipe out the squeeze out as soon as I can find my cloth. Okay, I just wanted to add, I'm taking a little extra time to clean the glue up off the ferrules from the previous installation, because I don't want them to be like egg shaped. It may cause the ferrule to go in kind of offset, and I definitely cleaned up around the underside of the lip where it's going to sit down on the body of the guitar. So if you are using used stuff, keep that in mind. Okay, that looks good and tight. That's what we want. A little shot of Loctite, like I said. It's basically like Titebond. It's wood glue. It's just, it's got a fast clamping time. I think it's 10 minutes. It's good stuff. I'm going to get some more of that eventually. Okay, so on to the next one. Same thing. I'm just going to take a scalpel here and clean up that glue and get it off there. Okay, and with the third one here. So them are going in nice and snug, and that's what we want. The reason I'm putting the glue on too is just to try to help with the shrinkage if that happens. Okay, that's a lot better. Nice and flat, that's what we want. Alright, number 4. And of course that makes 5. We're getting there, folks. Alright, that's pretty straight. It's pretty straight now. All right, so that's all 6 of them. Peel the tape off, clean everything up. So it was a little bit of a minor setback. It's not a big deal. It really didn't take that long to fix it, and we'll just keep moving forward, folks. Okay, so now we're looking pretty good here. I think we can get this thing all assembled and lined back up now. Okay, so now we're lined straight up and down here on the string ferrules, as you can see. And that's a plus. The bridge has moved ahead probably 3/16 of an inch, maybe a little stronger. We haven't secured it down yet, so I'm not going to do this until I bolt the neck back on, because I want to use the nut as reference as well. As it stands right there, it looks as though it's pretty square, at least to the pickup here. So that's a good sign right out of the gate. So until I get the neck all straightened up and polished and do the fret work on it, we're going to have to probably wait to mount the bridge. So this will be the end of this video, unfortunately, unless I string them together, but I'm just kind of shooting this a little bit each day and just trying to not dump too much on you guys at once, if that makes sense. It just makes it easier for me too. I don't have to do so much editing. And again, I like to do this stuff in real time, sort of, if I can. I usually just pause to grab a tool or change the camera angle for the most part. So the next move will be onto the fret work, and I am going to shoot a separate video, like I said, on that, just because some people are just looking for that information and not so much this kind of stuff. But this will be interesting. When I put the neck back on, I'm going to show you guys how I actually align this and check the string paths and make sure there's no drop off, make sure the neck's not, hee-hawed this way or this way. There's a lot of things you need to double check, honestly, when you do this. This is where a lot of builders have trouble, and it is kind of mind-boggling, and especially if you don't do it every day. If you're just working on a build here and there, you forget things, and it's just how it goes. I have learned through doing YouTube videos, it's a good idea maybe, just to take your phone out at the end of the day. Maybe you're not going to get to work on it for a week or so, and just say, okay, this is what I did today, da-da-da-da-da, and then you got that information, and you know exactly where you left off. I work on so many guitars that it's hard to remember, what I'm doing from day to day sometimes. So there's always that, folks. Keep it in mind. And thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate everybody tagging along for these videos. I was going to make just one long video, but, as this kind of unfolded, some more steps kind of had to be taken. So it would have been an extremely long video to do it all at once. This is part of it, folks. You just don't know what you're going to run into. And, you have to figure out ways to overcome certain things. And really, that's the attraction for me. I love trying to fix, problems and try to solve things as best I can. And also just try to do the best, setup work I can, so when people, play the guitar again, they notice a difference. And hopefully that's going to be the case with this one. I think we're all done, just fixing the little tweaks that we had to. Everything from here is just going to be moving forward, and should go really quick. So thanks again for sticking around, folks. I really do appreciate it. And I'll try to get another video up here tomorrow if possible. And hopefully we can get this one completed, because I have 4 more to do for this guy. So I got a few things to get going on. And the other ones aren't quite as bad. Just some basic repairs and kind of setup work. We do have a neck reset coming up too on a Alvarez Yari 12 string, so stay tuned for that as well. Go into my playlist, folks, if you're just showing up to the channel. There's a lot of videos on repair work, guitar demos, lessons. There's all kinds of stuff in there, so feel free to check that out as well. Okay, thanks again. We'll see you guys real soon. Be good. Okie doke.